I left the US for Barcelona because I had always wanted to live in Barcelona. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. In America, I was more distracted, busy all the time. Strangely, this felt like home almost immediately. My life is so much richer in Barcelona, being able to truly be me and be out in the world. My name is Diane Hanley. I'm 42 years old. I am originally from Houston, Texas, and I've been living in Barcelona for 2.5 years. I started thinking about leaving New York back in 2021. It was after COVID times. I just kind of felt like I needed a change. I had always dreamed of living in Barcelona, so it was kind of the only place I really wanted to move to. I think in the US something felt like it was missing. Since I grew up in different countries and I'm all about community, I have friends kind of all over the world. Yeah, I didn't know exactly what it was that was missing. I think it was like actually more of the way of life or quality of life that didn't feel right to me, and I wanted to really slow down. I think what I was most stressed about in the US was, especially in New York, kind of like just how expensive things were getting. You know, I would go to the grocery store and grab a few things and it would be $60. Even though I have a good job and all of that, you don't want to be thinking about how much the bill is going to be at a restaurant. My first week in Barcelona was actually like right before Christmas of 2023. It was nice and warm. I think it was pretty sunny, and that's like definitely not what we have going on in New York at Christmas time. So it was nice to be outside. I went hiking up in Park Guinardó and Park Güell, and got to take Bowie everywhere with me. Strangely, this felt like home almost immediately. What shocked me the most was I didn't realize how many neighborhoods there were in Barcelona to explore. You can walk everywhere. There's like a lot of pedestrian-friendly streets. So going up to Gracia only takes 20 minutes from here, and I live right by Sagrada Familia. Everybody's out all the time here. You walk outside and there's old people in their 80s at 11 p.m. eating ice cream, like gelato. There's little kids running around at 11 p.m. You know, like it's just a mix of every age group all the time, being outside, enjoying each other's company. In the summertime, every weekend, there's fairs and like festivals going on in different neighborhoods. And I had no idea there was that much to do all the time. And like, it's like, I think people really know what's important in life here, which is like being together, taking care of each other. I first lived in Sagrada Familia. I moved here because I had a friend who had an apartment that she rents out to other friends. So I moved into a place right away on Avenida Gaudí. So it's a couple blocks from Sagrada Familia, and I currently still live in the same building, but I just moved up before. There's not really a normal weekday, like every day is different. I've gotten into strength training, so I have a personal trainer and I go and work out at a gym with her twice a week. I also work from a co-working space half the time. And then if I have a lot of meetings or I need to focus on work, I'll take it from home. My Sunday morning usually is a long walk with Bowie. We go up to Park Guinardó a lot. And so if we can, we'll get up there for sunrise, which is like 8 a.m. during that time of the year, which is really nice to see the sun coming up over the sea. Definitely food is a lot cheaper. My rent is a lot cheaper, like a third of the price of what I was paying in the US for double the amount of space that I had in the US. Commuting, so transportation, also is a lot more affordable here. Healthcare costs are much more affordable as well here, and I have private and public healthcare access. I became a lot healthier, and so with that, like physically and mentally, and then kind of tuning into myself on the spiritual side as well, all of that over the first, I'd say, 1.5 years of living here ended up making me much stronger in terms of more confident in terms of how I live my life in general. Something that is completely normal here, which is so not in the US, is going to the vet. You have to definitely make an appointment pretty far in advance in the US, whereas here it's like if you need to get in on that day, they'll fit you in. Also, you have to get pet insurance. It's illegal to have a pet without insurance, and it's around $30 a month. Whereas in the US, I think most people don't have pet insurance, and it's around $60 to $100 a month. And it only covers anything huge. Whereas here, I feel like the insurance covers almost all of my vet visits. Because a lot of food is more affordable here, I'm able to get more salmon and things like that. Like fish, there's little seafood markets all over. There's a big mercado down by Sagrada Familia that has a lot of fresh fish and veggies. And so I feel like I eat a lot cleaner here, and it's also seasonal. Whereas in the US, I feel like it's mostly like everything's always the same because they're importing it from all over. I've used a lot of my private healthcare options that I have here, but I know from locals and friends that the public healthcare system is really great. One thing that is very different here is if you're working full-time at a company, they usually, as like a health check in Spain, they'll make sure you have a physical, an annual, like once a year. And so they schedule that for you and everything, and you have to go and get your blood taken, eyes checked. My job is at Spotify. I'm a program manager in localization. So basically I work to make sure that our app is localized into 74 languages with the high quality. So it's kind of just managing that whole process. I work with around a team of 20 people, and they're spread out all over the world. Here, there's also around 60 other people that work for Spotify that are based in Barcelona, and we have a co-working space as well. So I was making over $150,000 in New York. In order to move here, they needed to give me a pay decrease to be more on Spain's salary range. So they dropped my salary by around 40%. That's still over $60,000. That's why I'm on the Beckham tax law, which is really important to know. So my monthly spend is, actually it's probably in the range of $2,000 a month. My rent is $1,080. Utilities and bills, 70 euros. Transportation, in the metro, you can get an unlimited metro card for 22 a month. My mobile phone plan is, I think it's 35 a month. Coffee out is around 4 to 10 if I'm getting a croissant too. And then obviously restaurants and everything, you usually spend between, I'm gonna say 30 to 60. In the US, my 1-bedroom apartment was $3,300. Bills were around $150. That ends up being around $3,500 just for living. I definitely feel richer in Barcelona. I think it's like quality of life is so much richer. I got a visa through Spotify, the company I work for. They're sponsoring me, so it's a work visa. And the process took 5 months. Spotify connected me with an agency that did everything, and so I highly recommend going through an agency. I'm on the Beckham tax law. Really, it's for foreigners that have moved here that work for a company and they're making over 60K, and so it's only 24% tax rate. I still file my US taxes. I think as a US citizen, you have to file your taxes. I think one important thing about the taxes to mention is that I do have a tax advisor here in Spain, and I have one in the US as well. When it comes to the US banks that I use, I still have a US address that I use, and it's a family member that lives there. So I do have that one on my banks, but everything else I changed to my address here. I haven't encountered any problems with American and Spanish banks. I use TransferWise to move money. It's usually like around 15 euros to transfer it, and that is same day transfer into my bank account in the US. So I wish someone had helped with just giving me a list of everything that I needed to do right in the beginning, meaning like setting up the bank account. Also, something that was pretty tough that I had to go through when I moved into this new apartment was like getting on phone calls with all the utility services and setting up electricity and gas and internet. They had to come and like install the internet here, and everything's in Spanish. So my A2 level of Spanish was not really holding up for some of that. There was a moment I wanted to leave. I was about 8 months in. Bowie, my dog, got very sick. She got leishmania, which is like a disease passed by mosquitoes, and she was just really sick at the ER. They didn't know if she was gonna live. Then she started to get a little better. We had to give her shots every day for 30 days. It just was a really tough time, and it made me wonder, like, did I make the right decision? And I started questioning things because it was like super hot here. I was having to deal with Bowie, who could barely walk, and she was really struggling. And then I talked to a friend, and they said, you have the choice, like, to either continue overthinking and wondering if you made the right choice, or to lean into being in Barcelona and decide, like, yes, I love it here. I'm gonna make the best of it. And I think that was the turning point where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna live it up here. And even though it's a really tough time, acknowledge that. But like, tough times happen everywhere, in any place that you live. And it's all about your perspective and how you change the way you think about. I love New York. I still have a lot of friends there. But I'm really happy here. Right now, I can't imagine moving back. I feel like Barcelona's home. I don't think I'll move back anytime soon to the US. Living here has really helped me slow down, changed my life completely. I think when you move to a new place where you don't really know anybody, you're forced to like spend a lot more time with yourself because you don't have the distraction of meeting up with all these friends all the time. Like, you kind of have to start over. It's been really good for me to slow down and realize like what's most important for me in life, rather than having my schedule full of things to do, to really be more intentional about what I'm doing. And I think my health has it's like really improved over the time that I've been here. And with that, just a lot of positive change and being more intentional about my time and who I spend time with.